Alright, what's up everybody? Nation.com back here with another video. Hey guys, welcome back to our week 6 analytics predictions. We are here every single week with this video, giving you guys my total breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, this is where we break stuff down. We get to break every single game down. We get to do our picks against the spread, straight up picks. We have our over and under picks for the week. So that's basically all what this is all about. So like I said, so if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and follow. Make sure to join Discord, links in the description. Follow me on Twitch at Mono28 so you guys don't miss any future streams. I could be live for tonight. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on what time I get back. And make sure you guys as well go check out our NBA fantasy. Really do appreciate it. It's in the link in the description. Not too much time left for you guys to join that, because the NBA season, it's coming up. Preseason's coming up. I think the regular season starts on the 22nd, 23rd, I think. So make sure you guys please join that. I'll probably post it out either today or tomorrow on the post about joining that. So like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys please do so. But here we go. We see the predictions down below on the left side. Well, to your left side is the overall picks here. To me, it's right. But over to your left, you have my overall picks, what I've done the entire season. Over there to the right is what I did last weekend. Excuse me. But it's kind of crazy. Like, you look at last week, like the best thing that I did was the spread picks. Like the regular picks was the worst thing that I did last week. And that's not an everyday thing, but if you guys have not talked to me recently or did whatever I called last week March Madness, because that's literally what it was. It was literally too unpredictable about what happened last week. So there's all my records so far this week or for this year. I feel pretty bad, man. Like I said, if you look overall in my straight up picks, like I already have 28 losses. I only had like 76 all last year. So I just feel like I have too many losses. So we're gonna go for this week. We're gonna try to see if we can get a good week. So far I had at least 5 losses every single week, and that is terrible. I have to see if I can do better than that. So that's gonna be my goal here this next couple of days. Also, you need to check out my spread picks and over under. The fact that I'm above 500 on those two, I feel pretty good about. But the regular picks is where we have to get better at. But like I said, you guys, appreciate you guys' support, and let's see who I got for week 6. Alright, without further ado, before we get into anything here, we have to check out our week 6 bye week teams, and that is the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. By the way, if you guys are new to the channel as well, we basically we did this last week. We'll talk about every team, what kind of situation they're in right now, and then we'll see how they're moving forward. That's how we do with the bye week teams. Let's go ahead and start off with Houston, since I have over here to my left. Houston here, they were in a difficult spot. Yes, they are still in a difficult spot, because if you look around the division, how hot Indianapolis is and how hot Jacksonville is, that could be something that we have to monitor. Especially, we kind of expected the Texans to win the division going into the year. Could it be in trouble? Yes. Now, but at the same time, I think at that game against Baltimore last week, I think they really figured some stuff out. So maybe this was a bad time for Houston to get on their bye week, because they figured some stuff out. They finally got their offense going. So that part of it sucks, but at the same time, like, you got to take a look at it. Like, they kind of need this bye week too, because their offense, they get another chance to go back to the drawing board and really figure out their offense, really figure out what they're going to do as a team. So you can argue both ways about that. And for Minnesota, I mean, this isn't really necessarily the greatest time to have a bye for Minnesota. Yeah, always bye, always helps. You get to get some guys back. Hopefully, Aaron Jones is back for the Vikings starting next week. But yeah, they're going to be missing some guys too. But I wish they would have had, or wish they should have had. So I don't know. I think this is a crunch time situation. Plus, Minnesota's schedule coming up is very brutal, so I think they go back drawing board. I think they have Philadelphia in week 7, so we'll see about that. I think Houston has. I'm not sure if Houston has week 7 now, but like I said, we'll get there too. We'll get there when we get there. But you too, enjoy your bye week, and we'll see you guys in week 7. Alright, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into business here. We have Thursday night football here between the Eagles and the Giants. I'm gonna take the Eagles here tonight, 24-16. I was thinking about taking the Giants in this game. I really was, because if you look at the Philadelphia Eagles and all around the season, their offense has not been crisp clean as they've been the season go. We're used to Eagles, with their offense always being crisp clean, sharp, Jalen Hurts looking good, passing attack looking good, Saquon Barkley having a running game. Like, you would think that Philadelphia at 4-1 would be crisp clean right now, but they're not. Their offense looks kind of slow a little bit. Their defense comes in big spots to win games, and they're coming off a tough loss last week against the Denver Broncos, which could mean something for them. Maybe this is a wake up call for Philadelphia, and that's just kind of where I'm at right now. This could be a wake up call for Philadelphia, and I'm hoping that it is. But yeah, Saquon Barkley revenge game, going back to New York, playing against the Giants squad. And let's talk about the Giants real quick. The Giants, they actually lost to the Saints last week, and I actually think they had no business in losing to the Saints last week, but they did. I felt like they got outplayed, and now you got to play against the defending champions, and that's just not a good look for them. So that offense definitely missed Malik Nabers, man. The Giants can't really do anything offensively when you don't have Malik Nabers on the floor. And playing against a team like this, I think you're going to need Malik Nabers. I do think the Giants will hang around the game. That's why I'm only going to give Philly 24 points, because even with their defense, even with the Giants' defense, I think they can keep a minute. But I just think Jackson Dart playing against the Eagles, I just don't like that matchup for him. So even though I do think he will do well, and I do think the Giants will stay in the game, I'm just not expecting them to win it. So yeah, we're gonna go with the Eagles here, 24-16. I feel pretty good about taking the under in this game. Like I said, I'm not expecting a lot of scoring. Eagles offense has been crisp clean. Giants have been a little bit messy too, so you can't really expect these two teams to go out there and throw up a whole bunch of points. So I'm good with the under in this game. I know it's risky because it's just 40, but I'm pretty good with it. And then Philly minus 6.5. I mean, that could be a little risky. I actually do think Giants have a chance of covering that, but yeah, at the end of the day, I'm gonna go towards Philadelphia. So we're gonna take the Eagles 24-16 here. Line and under is really the only thing I feel good about here, but Philly, I'm going to take them with Thursday Night Football here in New York. Alright, next up here we have the Broncos taking on against the New York Jets. I got Denver win this one 31-17. Listen, the Jets, they've just been a disaster this season, and I think that's accurate. They've been a mess this year. They're 0-5 for the first time in their franchise history. I think that Aaron Glenn is not really a good head coach. Just how the Jets perform week in and week out basis. They just look disorganized. Everybody don't look on the same page. It's just bad all around for the New York Jets. And playing against this team, you're all playing against Denver, a team that just went into the defending champions' house and beat them last week. I just have no hope for the Jets. I don't like how inconsistent they are. Their defense is terrible. They can't tackle anybody. Their offense is terrible too. They only score. Remember, I think the Jets, didn't they only had 6 points until maybe 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter last week. So, and then you're playing it, and then now you got to play a defense like this. So I just think every advantage is just leaning towards the Broncos in this game. The Broncos should be able to do whatever they want to offensively. They should be able to throw the ball. Bo Nix has been playing well these last couple weeks. I like how Courtney Sutherland's been playing, and that I just like the whole offense. I do. I like Surtain. I just like the whole team. I like the Broncos' whole team. I think they can come out. They should be able to take care of business here. Like I said, Denver minus 7.5 could be a little risky because this game is not in New York. It's in London. So if you guys are waking up for this game, like I said, this game will be on 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. But like I said, I woke up for the last two games in London, but yeah, I'm feeling confident about this pick. I feel really good about Denver's chances in this one, winning this game in London. They're significantly the better team in this matchup. They have the better defense, a better offense, just a better coaching, just a better all-around team. So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards Denver minus the 7.5. But even that could be a little risky going overseas. Over 43.5, I feel pretty good about that. Denver might, like I said, I kind of have the score 31-17. I think Denver is mainly going to cover that over, but at the same time, the Jets are going to throw up their points in the fourth quarter. So you can use any of those, like a betting, a parlay, over, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I do think Denver, they should be able to come in here and get the job done in London. Alright, next up we have the Cardinals taking on against the Colts. I actually think this game is going to be close, but believe it or not, I think it's going to be close. There is a couple scenarios here that this game could turn, and I think that's a big part about what I'm going to go with here. But I'm going to go 28-20 Cardinals. And the reason I'm going to go with the score is because I respect that Cardinals defense. I think that Cardinals defense is pretty damn underrated. I'm not going to lie. They have not been that bad this year. Matter of fact, I don't think they've been bad at all this year. I think the Cardinals can do some sneaky things. I think they can slow down this Colts offense a little bit, but not too much. Like I said, the Colts, they've been on fire. The Colts are. I just recently looked this up. I think the Colts were the number 1 seed in the entire AFC so far this year, which is pretty damn impressive. But yeah, I just all the advantage are leaning towards the Colts. I mean, the Colts, they have the better offense. Their offense is more consistent in Arizona. Kyler Murray just seems inconsistent. They're pretty beat up at the running back position. They don't really have anybody playing at running back. That's the main thing that's going on with the Cardinals right now. Marvin Harrison Jr. looks like he found his rhythm, but the Colts defense, I mean, they could allow some big plays for Marvin Harrison Jr. to get going in this game. Maybe Trey McBride gets going to win this game. I just don't. Man, this Colts team, something about them, man. Like they're just hard to predict this year. They're hard to pick against this year. They have, like I said, they look phenomenal. Look like one of the best teams in the NFL. Daniel Jones, red hot right now. You just feel like you have to go with the Colts here. You just feel like you have to go with them. So I'm taking Indy minus 6.5. Over should be pretty easy in this one too. Feel pretty confident about both. Even though the Cardinals might have a chance of covering that, I'm going to lean towards Indiana, a more enduring experience. So 28-20, I think this is going to, overall, I think this is going to be a pretty good game, pretty entertaining game, but the better team is going to win here at home, and that's the Indianapolis Colts. Alright, this game here could be a little sneaky here, but I'm not going to fall for it. I do think the Chargers should be able to take care of business here 24-20. I'm not so comfortable about that though, and this is one of those easier games that I can absolutely get wrong, or I can see myself being wrong on. Just because of, the injuries for both teams. Honestly, I was thinking about taking the under in this game. I was thinking about it because both teams are so banged up. Chargers, Murray Hampton's out for the year. The Chargers are kind of like the Cardinals. Like I don't know what they're gonna do at that running back position. Hampton's out. Najee Harris is out. I don't know the direction the Chargers are going to go to here, but at the end of the day, I think the Chargers are the better team. I think they're the better team, even though this game is played in Miami. And listen, the Dolphins can score. They can score points. And I know the scenario. Like, why am I not taking the Dolphins here? Like pick against a team. It's kind of like I said last week about the Panthers and the Dolphins. You pick, why not? You're at home playing against a team that's not too much better than you. So why are you going with the Chargers here? I'm still going to go with the Chargers. Now Justin Herbert, he's playing phenomenal. Even though he's off last 2 weeks, but I can't really blame him for it. This Chargers team, I just think they can still win. They can still find a way to win, even though this game is in Miami, and that can give the game. That could give the difference a little bit to Miami. I think Miami does have an advantage being at home in this one, but I don't know. I don't like what I see in the Miami defense. I don't, and I think that losing that 17-0 lead to the Carolina Panthers last week, I think that actually meant something to them. So this game here, I'm not comfortable about any decision here. I do not know what both teams are going to do because both teams are so stacked up when it comes down to the offense, but 24-20, like I said, I really was thinking about taking the under in this game. I was really thinking about it. But I can see it because both offenses. I might change it because both offenses are a little banged up, a little injured. But at the same time, I know both teams can score. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna take the over in this game. If the under, if this game hits the under, I wouldn't be that shocked, to be completely honest with you. But it's where it's there, and then not Clippers. I'm gonna take I was thinking basketball because the NBA season's coming up soon. But Chargers, I'm gonna take the Chargers minus 4.5. I can easily see. I can easily see the Dolphins covering this. 4.5. It's at home. It's in Miami. Tua played well last week. Jay Water played well. Darren Water played well. So Miami got weapons, and you can make an argument that they probably have more weapons than the Chargers do right now. But I like Vibe Conde, Keegan Allen. I like what I've seen out of those guys so far. I think they can go. I think they can really here and get the job done. It would be easy. I'm expecting this game to have some good defensive moments, some offensive moments for both teams. Both teams should be able to get the ball enough to get the ball down here. But at the same time, I think this game really comes down to who do I trust more in the crunch time situations, and I think I'm going to trust the Chargers more in that situation. So So 24-20, I think the Chargers coming here get the job done. Even though I'm not expecting it to be easy. This is a Miami team that can score. They're at home. It could be a little difficult, but by the end of the day, I'm going to lean towards the Chargers here. But I'm not so confident about this one actually. All right, next up we have the Cleveland Browns taking on against the Pittsburgh Steelers. You guys might be surprised I'm not giving the Steelers more points than 21. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Steelers here. They win 21-14. Overall, I'm kind of expecting this game to be close because the Cleveland defense, these two teams' defenses are pretty damn good. Now you can say that about Cleveland. That's normally what we can say. Normally we can say that these two defenses are close. So it's gonna be like a defensive battle type game. But Pittsburgh has actually not been that good defensively this year. They've been alright. They made adjustments and they're getting there. But overall this year, they have not really been that great defensively. They haven't been they haven't been as great defensively as we kind of all expected them to be. And I do like for the Browns. I do like what I saw Gabriel last week. I like what I saw out of him. Even though they lost last week to the Vikings, we saw some good stuff in London. We saw some good stuff out of them, and I do think they can compete in this game. They said they had the defense to go toe to toe with Pittsburgh. If Gabriel performs like that again, maybe they might have a shot to go into Pittsburgh winning this game. But I'm going to lean towards the Steelers. The Steelers probably having a massive advantage, and not even thinking about the matchup. You're thinking about Browns got to travel from London, and they're not even going home. They're going from London to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is coming off a bye. They're at home in this game. Browns not really known to being a good offensive team, but being more of a defensive team. Steelers, you might think that they have more of an offensive threat with DK Metcalf, Aaron Rodgers. I just feel like they have more weapons to go to on offense as well. So I was kind of leaning me towards the Steelers in this one. Even though I can see the Browns competing, I can absolutely say that. I'm only predicting a touchdown score here. I do think we're going to see a defensive scoring. I don't think Cleveland's defense is easy to get by, but this is kind of what we've seen from all year from the Cleveland Browns. Their defense is going to keep them in the game, but their offense is not going to do enough to win. So this game here, I think I trust the Steelers more. They're coming up to bye. Browns coming to London to your house. It is Steelers defense making that extra play, which has been improving. Like I said, it's been improving. Has it been the best defense in the world? No, but has it been improving? Yes. So I feel actually, even though that under is pretty risky because it's only a 38.5, and you might think about it oh my gosh, do you really think that's gonna happen? I actually do. I think both teams go under 3.5. I don't think this game gets to that moment. Even though my final score is kind of close to it, but I'm gonna lean more towards the under in this game. But I can be a little sketchy there. And then Pittsburgh minus 4.5, I would also feel pretty good about. Also, if I were you, I would kind of bet on the under in this one, just because I'm not expecting a lot of defense here. I would actually be more comfortable if you guys would bet on that. Or do any kind of parlays or anything like that. But at the end of the day, I'm going to lean towards Steelers, with the more experienced team being at home. This is a pretty tough matchup for Gabriel, so I'm curious how he's going to play in this one. Definitely a tougher matchup than what he had last week. Well, kind of like this one matchup he had last week with the Vikings. But yeah, by the end of the day here, we're going to go with Pittsburgh being at home. I'll trust him in this one. Next one here, I have an upset pick here. I have the Panthers taking down the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to take them 28-27. By the way, this is my 1 point game of the week because I think this game is going to be pretty damn close. I think it's going to be entertaining. I can see this game either going either way. I can see anybody winning it, but at the end of the day, my gut said Panthers. I actually think the Panthers can close this out. Dallas right now has the number one offense in the league. If you go bring it up right now, they have the number one offense in all of football. But what backfires on them, they have the last ranked defense in football, and that's not really a good sign when you're playing against a team like the Panthers. But now I'm gonna tell you what: if this game was in Dallas, I am absolutely going the other way, because if this game was in Dallas, the Panthers are not a good road team. They're not. That's what they're not. What are they 0-3 at home right now? 0-3 on the road right now. So they're not really a good road team. So if this game was in Dallas, I'm switching my pick automatically, and I'm probably taking Dallas significantly. I'm probably taking them 27-13, something like that. But since this game is in Carolina, where Carolina is undefeated right now, and they can't throw up points. Carolina, a lot of people think that Carolina can't play, man. Carolina can play. They have an offense. Their offense is pretty damn good. Rico Dotto. revenge game coming up here. I did see that Trevor Harper, he does have a chance of coming back in this game. I'm not sure, but if he does come back, yeah, I know he's going to start, but it'll kind of be a rip-off because how good Rico Dowdle has been for them. But yeah, for this game, I'm going to take the Panthers, man. I'm actually feeling the upset here. I actually do think this is an upset that's going to happen. Like I said last week, reminded me of March Madness, so I think that if it does play to happen this week, which it could, I'm going to take my chances here. This is actually a chance to actually feel pretty good about. So even though I'm expecting this to be a high-scoring game here, Panthers defense is not the best. Cowboys defense sucks. Both teams have good offenses right now. Panthers offense is pretty good at home. So I'm feeling a pretty good shootout here, but I'm gonna lean towards the Panthers. As I said during that comeback last week, that showed hard. That showed hard to Panthers, and I'm gonna give them respect for that. So even if I would have picked Dallas in this game, I probably would have reversed it. I probably would have took Dallas 28-27, being this game still in Carolina. But like I said, I'm feeling the upset. I think it's gonna happen. I think the Panthers have the offense to keep up with Dallas, and overall, I think their defense can keep up. Bryce Young played a lot better last week. Like how they got the passing game going, like how the running back. Plus, you can do whatever you want to on Dallas' offense. It just feels like that's what's going on for every team. You can do whatever you want to the offensive side of the ball with them. So this game here, I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I think they take care of home. I think they take care of home field. I think they take care of business here. Like you said, it's risky, but I'm well worth to take the over. Take Carolina. Like I said, the only reason why you're taking Carolina, that's bread if you actually have them winning the game. But over 49.5, I would kind of bet on that. I would bet on that too, but I'll probably on it. But yeah, like I said the other day, I'm going to lean towards the Panthers actually getting the home win here. Alright, next up we have one of the funner games of the entire weekend. We have Seattle taking on against Jacksonville. Both of these two teams have been impressive so far this year. They've been impressive. And both teams are coming off impressive wins. Seattle, not impressive wins. Seattle still looked impressive, but they still lost to the Buccaneers. I'm talking about Jacksonville. Jacksonville's coming off impressive win against Kansas City, which I really was not expecting that. But listen, this Jags team, I think they're good. Like, people might think that they're not good. I think this team is pretty damn good, and I do think that this team might have a chance to go some ways. And if they keep playing like this, then who knows how well. Their offense has been amazing. Their defense has been incredible. Man, I'm leaning towards Jacksonville in this game. I really am. I'm leaning towards Jacksonville. That defense has forced the most turnovers this season. And when you look at Jacksonville that way, maybe that's what they're relying on. Maybe that's just relying on the turnovers, them forcing turnovers. You can say that's what they're relying on here, and this is going to be a test because Seattle's offense is really good too. We've seen it against the Bucs. They moved the ball effectively against the Bucs. They had some really good offensive moments over the course of last year, but at the same time, Seattle has weapons. Like they have weapons. Sam Darnold's playing about as good as he did in Minnesota last year. Jackson McVay, he's playing great. I just like the whole offense. Kenneth Walker, I think he's playing really good too. But at the end of the day here, I'm going to go with the home team here. So normally when this game is close and we could go either way, like I said, I'm giving Seattle. I think Seattle's just slightly better offensive team, even though I do respect Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, he's been playing well. He's been playing better. Not well, but he's been playing better. Travis Etienne has been a monster this year. Brian Thomas Jr. is playing better. So I think Seattle is the better offensive team, but by far I think Jacksonville is the better defensive team. So I was going back and forth with this one. But like I said, normally in these situations, I would lean towards the home team here. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to take Jacksonville to get back-to-back home wins before I believe they have to go back on the road again. So I'm going to take them 26-23. Very entertaining game. Over 46.5. I wouldn't bet on that, but I feel pretty confident about that. Jacksonville plus 1.5. Like I said, the only reason why you're taking Jacksonville that if you actually have the winning the game. And I absolutely understand why Seattle's favored this game. I favorite. I can see it. I'm not shocked at all by it. But I'm going to lean towards Jacksonville. Like I said, they're at home. I think their defense forces another turnover on Seattle. Seattle can turn over the ball at times. So I'm going to lean towards Jacksonville on this one. But this, like I said, this one's the one that I can see going either way. It should be a pretty entertaining game in Jacksonville. And by the way, before I forgot to mention this is my trickiest game of the week. By the way, just let you guys know. I'm sorry for the late noise, but yeah, like I said, this is my trickiest game of the week. Alright, next up we have the Rams taking on against the Baltimore Ravens. And remember, I will be at this game, like in person. I will be at this game. I do hope to give you guys a live like footage of like what everything's gonna be like. I'm gonna take tons of videos while I'm down there. So yeah, like I said, if you guys want want to want me to upload something like this, make sure you guys please do so. Let me know. But yeah, like I said, I'm expecting, when I go to Baltimore this weekend, I'm expecting the Rams to be pissed off about that Thursday night football game loss to the San Francisco 49ers. They should go in there pissed off. Like you know how the Rams should feel. You know how they're gonna feel. We all could argue that they should have won last week. And the Rams' 2 losses this year has just basically came from games that they should have won. Like realistically, the Rams should be about 5-0 right now. But it is what it is. You know, they 2 losses they forced on themselves. And that's kind of why I think they lost to the Niners last week. Well, kind of why we lost to the Niners last week, because we forced ourselves into a lot of stuff that we really didn't have to force. So I think they're coming here in Baltimore. Baltimore look bad. Like they look rough last week. They look pretty damn bad. Against Houston last week, they ended up allowing 44 points to the Houston Texans. To who I said, and I'm pretty sure who we all said, who was the worst offense in football this year, they allowed 44 points. I know they recently made a trade. They got some defensive players, but I don't think that's really going to help that much. You know, when you're playing against Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Matt Stafford, the way how he's playing right now. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and call it. Let me go call it what this is. This is my ass beating of the week here. And it's kind of unfortunate because before the schedule, I was looking at this game. I was like, oh my god, like this might be the game of the year. This game might feel like the last time these two teams met in Baltimore. Like it's gonna be an absolute classic boxing match. Who's gonna win? All this stuff. Oh wait, did I forget the? I think I forgot to put the over and under spread for this game. Oh shit, I did. So I do pot in the minutes here. I'll talk as I'll chit chat here as I'm figuring this out. But like I said, I'm going to take the Rams to win this game. They should be able to take care of business here on the road. I would be shocked. If the Ravens win this game. Significantly because like I said, yes, I'm taking the Rams with the spread, with everything here. But the over under 40, that's it, just 45. But I did see it was probably going to rain this game, so like it might be harder for me to record in this game. I do not like what I saw of Baltimore's offense last week. I think I just don't. I've been playing against a good defensive team in the Rams too. I'm just not really expecting too much from the Ravens here. Derrick Henry might not even get going in this game. He actually didn't even get going last game. So, like I said, the Rams should just come in here and dominate them. They should dominate them. They should have no problem winning this game at all. Rams should cover the 7.5. This game should go over that 45. Actually, no. I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under that 45.5 because advertised this game is, I think it's supposed to be raining at this game. I'm not sure. So last time I checked, because I've been so up and around this game. This game was supposed to be. Oh wait, that's not supposed to go. But this game was supposed to be raining and stuff. So like I said, that makes it a little bit harder on me to like give you guys a full upload in this game. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Rams here. But like I said, I'm expecting my Rams to go into Baltimore. I'm expecting a good performance. Hopefully I get to meet some players. That'll be awesome if I can. I'm gonna try to get there early at the game this week. But go Rams, baby! They should be able to take care of business here against Baltimore, and I am very excited to see them in person. All right, next up here we got the Patriots taking against the New Orleans Saints here. I'm not gonna lie to you, that like we all think about this game. It's like, okay, Patriots should win this game, no problem, right? Like this is gonna be an easy win for the Patriots. I'm not gonna lie, I think this is a trap game for the Patriots. I don't want to say that, especially coming off the win they just came out of last week at Buffalo, which was very impressive. I handed the Bills their first loss of the season, and you can definitely tell this Patriots team, they're getting better. Like this team's getting better every single week. They look better every single week. They're cleaning up the turnover problems that they had early on in the year, and they're really starting to get it together now. They're really starting to look like a good team, and I think that's what the Patriots can be. I think they can be a dominant team. Not a dominant team, but I think they could be a good team, and I think that's what kind of like what they're showing these last couple weeks, and I'll give them pride for that. And I do think they're capable of beating the Saints, and I think they will beat the Saints. I'm going to take them 23-14. But here's the thing about the Saints. Spencer Rattler has actually been playing pretty damn well. So these are two quarterbacks that have been playing pretty well. Spencer Rattler's been playing well. Drake May's been playing really well. Both offenses look like they have a fluid to them last week, even though the Saints did. The Saints ended up coming off a win. Patriots coming off a win. Both these two teams coming off wins. Saints got their first win of the season last week, but Like I said, I think the matchup just leads Patriots. It's just a better team, man. It would be kind of confusing for the Patriots if you just beat one of the best teams in the NFL. It would be surprised if you take that motivation and you turn around and lose against one of the worst teams in football this year, the New Orleans Saints. It would just be kind of questionable. So I don't think that's going to happen here. Saints should be able to take care of it. Like what I saw of their offense last week. Like what I saw from Stephon Diggs last week. I think he keeps going. Saints here can compete, and I think they will. They normally do compete against good teams, but they always fall short, and that's what I'm expecting too. Plus, Patriots defense was really good last week too. I think they held Buffalo to only like 21 points last week, so I was pretty impressed about their defense. And it just feels like if they can do that against the Bills, they can hold the Patriots to like under 17, something like that. So I'm going to go through 23-14. Not expecting the best game here, but I am expecting the Patriots to get a W in New Orleans. Next up here, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Raiders. Oh, brother. Alright, let me just go ahead and review it because we already know what to expect here. This is this week's worst game of the week. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to say that. I'm pretty sure no one's going to have an explanation about that or disagreement. Yeah, these two teams suck. I mean, they're not good. I mean, these two teams they're one of the worst teams in football. The Raiders have turnover problems. Geno Smith has turnover problems. What are you doing, like 9-10 interceptions already this year in the league? Like he has not been good. And the Raiders they did overall as a team they just been terrible. They're never consistent. It's just a shit show down there in Vegas right now. I mean, looking at Tennessee. Tennessee got some problems too, especially on offense. I mean, but listen, they got lucky last week. They shouldn't have won last week against Arizona. They should have won. They should have lost, and they should have got their ass kicked. Matter of fact, they were getting their ass kicked, and then somehow Arizona just said, "Here, let's go have some fun. You guys want to go in the end zone? Oh no, you do? Okay, cool. Go ahead, go right to the end zone. Go ahead." And the reason why I say it like that is because of the interception what happened in Arizona. Arizona had an interception, and they kicked it all around, and there you go. And that results into a touchdown for the Titans. But they got lucky last week. This comeback for Tennessee is different to Carolina's. It's very different. Like Carolina actually had to work for that comeback. Tennessee didn't really have to work. It was just more of the Cardinals choking that game away, but yeah, 16-19. I'm not expecting this game to be close. I'm not expecting this game to be entertaining. That's what I'm going to say. This game should not be entertaining. It's going to be a shit show. I'm expecting turnovers all around the board. I'm not expecting a lot of points here. But I will take the Raiders. I think they have more offensive threats. Ashton Jeanty looks good right now. I want to see him continue to grow. Now I did hear that Brock Bowers is questionable for this game, so we will continue to monitor that. But I am expecting him to play in this matchup. Like I said, and this is a game I can easily see Tennessee winning because Tennessee is about as good as Vegas is. But if this game was in Tennessee, I probably would be taking the Titans here. But it's in Vegas. I'm gonna trust the Raiders a little bit more here. But like I said, I don't really trust either one of these two teams right now because of how bad it looked. But I guess we're going to go with the home team here. Tennessee plus 4.5. I feel good about that because Tennessee, without the Raiders being fair, they can still win this game too. So I'll go Tennessee is wide open for them to win this game too. And then over 40.5. Under 40.5. Bet on that. You bet on that with confidence. Don't hesitate about this once. But use that in the parlay, whatever you want to. But 19-16 I got here for the Raiders. Just a boring, ugly game here. Speaking of, we went to one of the boring games of the week to one of the funner games of the week here. We have San Francisco playing against Tampa Bay. I did see there is a uniform switch for this game, but I'm not going to change it just yet because since I already used those for those games. San Francisco is wearing their red uniforms and Tampa Bay is wearing their white uniforms in this game. So I thought thinking about changing it, but I didn't. By the way, I think I forgot to say this earlier, but this is the ESPN switch schedule. So if you guys see the change of what teams I have and what games I'm from, so then now you know why. But anyway, here I think this game is gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna go back and forth. I'm up for this game. Like I think this game is like hot news on TV. I think it's gonna be very fun. It's gonna go back and forth. Like I'm all up for this game. I really am. San Francisco still dealing with some injuries. Brock Purdy and Mac Jones was a bit low, but they're both banged up right now, so I don't know who's going to play, and if they don't both ended up playing, then I don't know who's going to start a quarterback then. So there's a lot of questions going on with San Francisco. George Kittle, he's coming back from injury, not yet, but he's almost there. Ricky Parcell, also Jawan Jennings, they're coming back from injuries, but I just don't know what to expect from the Niners. I don't know who's going to play. I don't know who's going to play. I don't know who's not going to play. It's just the uncertainty of San Francisco here is really why I'm not really picking them to win. Especially when we look at Tampa Bay. I mean, yeah, sure, Tampa Bay has probably been one of the more clutch teams in football. And I know I said that over the last couple of weeks, but when I mean it, I mean like they've been one of the most clutch teams in football. They've been one of the better teams at executing down the stretch. And I do think this game will be another close game because I do think San Francisco can move the ball on Buccaneers pass defense because that looks like that's their main weakness on defense right now. I think we've seen it last week in Seattle, or the win over Seattle. Both teams coming off. San Francisco's coming off impressive win against my Rams, and as a Rams fan, I'm still really pissed off about that. But listen, it is what it is. But anyway, I think Tampa Bay. I think they win this game. I like what I saw from Aduka. I love that man. I think he's been great. I think this is a game that Chris Godwin gets back. Hopefully he can kick off in my fantasy team this week. But Baker Mayfield's playing the lights out of his ass right now. Like I just like what I'm seeing from the Bucs, man. They look like one of the better teams in football right now. And I just think they're going to win the game, just flat out right, because I can trust them in crunch time situations. Like any close games that I could think about, I'm leaning towards the Buccaneers. So I'm going to go with them at home too. I think they take care of business when it's one over 47.5. I feel pretty good about that. San Francisco proved that without. Now I am curious about San Francisco's Christian McCaffrey about the rush because Tampa Bay's rush defense is pretty good right now. So I will be a little concerned about that. But overall, they played against a good rushing defense last week. Look what he did. So yeah, over 47.5. I feel pretty good about that. Tampa Bay must 2.5. The only reason you're picking San Francisco there if you actually have them win the game or anything like that. But I wouldn't touch anything here. I wouldn't bet on anything here. Wouldn't touch on anything here because this is another game I can see being a shootout. There's also a chance this game to be a defensive game. There's a lot of things going on here with this game, so I wouldn't touch it. But this is where I'm going to go around for now. But I am going to take Tampa Bay by a few points here, 30-27. Kind of leaning more towards that shootout game. But anyway, regardless of the outcome here, this game should be close. Alright, next one here we have the Packers taking on against the Cincinnati Bengals here. There's a lot of questions with this game. Like you look at this game and there's just a shitload of questions that we have to answer. Number one, I mean, how is the Bengals gonna look with Jake Browning? No, not with Jake Browning. How are they gonna look with Joe Flacco as our quarterback? Obviously, I think they're gonna be better. They should be better at that position. I think Jake Browning can move the football a little bit, and I'm kind of expecting the Bengals to score a little bit because of that. Because now Joe Flacco has a good offense to work with. He has Chase Brown, he has Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. So I actually do think that Cincinnati should be able to move the ball a little bit. But I'm not expecting them to, man. This one's close from being my ass beating of the week. Now, if Cincinnati did not make that move, and Jake Browning, now, yeah, like I heard, Joe Flacco was supposed to start in this game last time I checked. If the Bengals did not start Joe Flacco or did not get Joe Flacco to start this game, I would predict an ass beating here. I would think that Green Bay absolutely can. I'm probably kick the Packers like 34, but I'm gonna put the Bengals like 10, something like that. Like I would kind of predict this to be a massacre. But I do think Cincinnati can score a little bit on them. I'm not gonna say Green Bay's Packers defense, even though it is good. I think they have shown at times that you can score on them. In Cincinnati, if Joe Flacco plays well, which I'm imagining for him to do here, even though he's kind of in a stuck situation too, because this is his first game as a Cincinnati Bengals. So how is he gonna fit into that offense right away with only like 3 or 2 practices? I don't know. That's a little uncertainty, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I'm gonna go with the Packers here. Packers just seem like a safer option here. Over 44.5. Yeah, I feel good about that. I think we're going to see a lot of offense in this game. I think the other reason I'm taking the over here is because I believe that Joe Flacco can play pretty well. So really towards that, if he doesn't play well, then we're taking the under. But I have faith in Joe Flacco in that offense. Plus, Joe Flacco wasn't even playing bad prior to this, so I think that's to do something with it. Cincinnati plus 14.5. Listen, I'm done picking the favorite on high spreads. I said that I think last time I did that with the Buffalo game against Miami, and I'm just done with that. So I'm going to take Cincinnati here. I think that's too big anyway. I mean, I know this game's in Green Bay, and Green Bay is coming off a bye, but in Cincinnati's coming off a brutal loss against Detroit, but yeah, like I said, I'm done taking against those spreads. But at the end of the day, the Packers, this is a business, it's like a business. I know they're not on the road, but they should treat this like a business trip type game. Moving on to a boxing match here, we have Detroit taking on against the Kansas City Chiefs, and this game should be pretty damn entertaining overall. I'm very motivated for this game. I think this game can go back and forth. This is another game I can see multiple scenarios happening. Like, I can see this game being an ass whooping. I can see this game being a boxing match, what I'm kind of predicting here. Or I can see this game like being a defensive war that just ends off with somebody winning, somebody making a ground touchdown. I can see this game going to overtime. So I can see so many opportunities here, but this one was kind of tricky for me. This was getting ready to win my trickiest game of the week award, because I think this one could go either way. Now, I think I said this in week 3 with the Chiefs game. I kind of forgot who we were playing, but I did say, like, if the Chiefs are coming off a win, I would be more comfortable. Like in this game, since the Chiefs lost last week to the Jags, I think that's going to put a lot of more pressure on that it makes it feel like the Chiefs have to win this game. And it's in Arrowhead, so I was really thinking about, and it's on primetime, so I was really thinking about, and this is back-to-back primetime games now for the Chiefs, so I was really thinking about taking them here, because it's in Arrowhead. Arrowhead, one of the hardest teams to win in the entire NFL. But at the same time, Detroit has won in Arrowhead before. Matter of fact, recently with this core, I think it was on opening night 2 seasons ago. Detroit ended up getting the win down there, and they did pretty good while doing that. But they're missing the coordinators, and that's fair. That was a concern for us for Detroit going into this year. But let's just call it what it is. Since week 1, the Lions have looked like the best team in football, and there's no denying that. They look like the best team in football. They look like one of the greatest teams in football. So that's why I'm going to go with Detroit here. I think they have their dog in them. I talked about it week 1. I remember saying this in week 1. Detroit on the road, this team is just full of dogs. Like, they have that dog mentality, and I think they have that ever since week 1. I know they didn't have that week 1 because they got their ass kicked in week 1, but ever since then they have had that dog type, physical type attitude and like aggression, and kind of like what the logo is like. So, but I like what I saw Detroit. That's their offense, probably one of the better teams in football right now. I think they just win this game outright. They win this game. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be competitive, but Kansas City could win this game because it's in Arrowhead. They have the weapons to win it. The Chiefs' offense is starting to play well. Their defense is starting to play better. But I don't know, man. Listen, this one go back and forth. I'm kind of 50-50 on this game. I was kind of 50-50 on this game altogether, but at the end of the day, I'm going to lean towards Detroit. They get this one done on the road. I know it's more situational right now for the Chiefs to win it, but yeah, at the end of the day, I'm gonna go with Detroit here. They find a way to get the job done on the road. I know it's not easy because you have to go in Arrowhead, but I like what I saw their offense. St. Brown, Goff, the crew. I just trust them a little bit more in this matchup offensively. So even though KC does get Rashee Rice back next week, I'm gonna lean more towards Detroit. And by the way, but I almost forgot to announce it like I almost did last week. This is by far this week's best game of the week, and I don't think that's a question. Alright, we have some Sunday Night Football. Well, never mind. But now Sunday Night Football against Dallas Chiefs in Detroit. We have next up this stupid ass Monday Night doubleheader, and I don't know why this thing still exists, but it does. Anyway, the first one here, we have Buffalo taking on against Atlanta. Like I said, this is another game that I can see so many scenarios happening. I can see an ass whooping here. I can see a close game that goes to OT, or I can see a defensive battle here, or an offensive showcase. Not defensive battle, because both these two teams' defenses are a little sus right now. But I think this is going to be an offensive showcase, and I do think Buffalo is going to win it. By the way, both teams are wearing their retro logos. How about it? We have a retro logo face-off for the second straight week. We had the Bucs in Seattle with it last week, so we have this one this week. But anyway, I'm going to take the Bills here, 31-27. I think this one could go either way. It's in Atlanta. Atlanta's coming off a bye week, so I can absolutely see the Falcons win this game. Bijan Robinson I think he's going to run all over the Bills, because the Bills' main week. I know I've been saying this over and over and over again, but it's the truth. Bills Main weakness on defense is the rush D. I do not like what I'm seeing for the Bills rush D this season. That's been their main weakness all season. For years and years before that, and I think that's still the main weakness there in Buffalo's defense. So I think Bijan Robinson can have a day of this one thing. I think the Falcons can move the ball pretty damn easily on the Bills. So that's kind of why I have them at 27 points, and I do think Atlanta's more than capable of winning this game at home. But the Bills, I think, kind of like the Eagles last week, I think the Bills lost to the Patriots is going to be a wake-up call for them. Yes, their offense. Okay, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna go with this. Their Bills offense, it was terrible last week. They didn't move the ball at all. They couldn't really do anything against the Patriots. Josh Allen really couldn't do anything against the Patriots. Like the Patriots just put up a really good defensive game here. And I think, and going into this game, I can see both. I can see the Falcons knocking out the Bills for the second straight loss. I can see it, but I'm not going to predict it here. I'm going to go with the Bills. They bounce back on the road, 31-27. If they give James Cook more opportunity, they need to give James Cook more opportunity. I don't think they gave James Cook really too much opportunities last week. I think he needs a touch, not just for my fantasy team, just saying that in general. I think he needs to get more touches. The Bills will have game. I do think Josh Allen will bounce back. Let's see, crunch time situation. Who am I trusting more, Michael Penix or Josh Allen? Obviously, I'm trusting Josh Allen more. So that's why I'm going to lean towards the Bills in this one. Like I said, I think this game is going to come down to in crunch time situations, and by far trust the Bills more in that situation here. So I'm going to take them here over 9.5. I actually, if I'm being honest, I would bet on that. Honestly, that's just how the game is going to match up. Just how it's going to feel like. Buffalo minus 3.5. I feel pretty good about those two as well. But the spread could be a little risky there. You could take Atlanta win. Maybe this is your 1 point game of the week, and I can absolutely see it. But at the end of the day, I trust the Bills more in this situation. I know they're on the road. Atlanta coming off a bye week, coming off a tough loss for the Bills, but I trust my Josh Allen more than probably anybody in the league, other probably than Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, and crunch time situations here. So in a very fun, entertaining Monday night game, I'm going to go with the Bills on the road here to bounce back. And oh shit, Monday Night Football here, our second game here. We got the Bears taking on against the Washington Commanders. Remember, this is the Bears revenge game because I'm pretty sure the Bears did not forget what happened last time they were in Washington. Last time they were in Washington, they were going to win the game until they allowed a Hail Mary. When Washington took advantage of the Hail Mary, they won the game. But this game, I think this is a revenge game for the Bears. Just the whole team in general. I think this is a revenge game for them, and I think they're going to play like it. I think they're going to come out. I think they're going to come out aggressive. They're going to come out hard. By the end of the day, I'm going to take Washington here. I think Washington's the better team. Maybe Terry McLaurin might come back this week. I don't know if we have the margins of that, but Deebo Samuel has looked absolutely spectacular ever since Terry McLaurin's been out. Deebo Samuel, he's been fantastic, and Jane Daniels is going to be back in this game. But at the same time, I can see the Bears winning this game. They're coming off a bye, and then they have to go back on the road, but they're coming off bye. They had time to think about this game, and plus they're playing on Monday, which matches up more for the Bears because they have more of a rest. Commanders coming off of a very impressive win last week at LA. They looked pretty damn dominant while doing that, especially on the road, which I give Washington more credit for. It's on the road, and you're playing against a good team in the Chargers, but you probably say I'm going to lean towards Washington this one. They're wearing their black uniforms, which will be exciting to see. They're at home in this game, so I'm going to go 28-23. Very entertaining game. Could go either way here, but like I said, I think the better team here is going to win. I think that's Washington here, but like I said, I really do think this game is going to be a clash. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a war out there. But I actually do think that Washington, with how clutch they have been this year as well, I think they get that last opportunity, and I do think they win the game on that note. Like what I saw out of JSN, like what I saw out of him. Actually, no, not JSN, but I like what I seen out of the running back, Corey's. I can't remember his name, but I very like what I seen out of him. He's been effective in the running game. Bears defense could have an answer for that, but at the same time, I'm going to lean more towards Washington here being the home team in this game. So 28-23, feel pretty good about the over and the spread pick as well for this one. But like I said, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for today's video, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button. Make sure you join the Discord, links in the description. Make sure you guys do follow me on Twitch, and then go join our NBA Fantasy. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully I can get that Rams versus Ravens game out to you guys pretty early on Sunday, or directly right after Sunday. If not, it will be out on Monday or Tuesday. I'll monitor that. I still have a lot of things to upload this week, So going or next week. So like I said, I do appreciate your support. I'm gonna go ahead and get to work here before I have to go. But like I said, I do appreciate everybody's support. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and our analytics prediction. Make sure you guys go check out our weekly pick show if you guys haven't already. That was released yesterday. But I appreciate y'all support, man. This is BabyNation.com. Peace out. Stay safe. I love you guys. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.